I don't know if the bug gets anything.
What?
Elmer might be or something like that. You didn't silence your phone. Starting.
Hello, and welcome to Take Flight Live with Phoenix Stage Company, an award-winning 100% volunteer community theater organization located in Oakville, Connecticut. You all know me already. I'm Ed Bassett, Executive Director of Phoenix Stage Company, and your host here with Tim Phillips. Say hello, Tim.
Hello, Happy New Year!
Yeah, it is. Happy New Year to our audience, and
we have an audience.
We do.
That's great.
They were so desperate to be here last week, and we couldn't be here that they just came and waited outside the door.
So who's the masked man behind us? Oh, that's Michael.
It's Michael in his Amish hat.
I thought it looks like he's wearing a wig.
No, it does look like a wig, but those are his earphones.
Oh, okay. There you go. He's doing his best Van Gogh look.
That's what and he has, that's a bandage on his ear, not a headphone.
Right.
He cut both of his ears off because he just didn't know.
He couldn't
remember which one it was.
I cut them both off so I didn't have to hear you anymore.
Wow, we're starting early.
We are starting early. So how are you, Tim?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to see you're doing better.
I am. Last week, I was really sick.
He was sick.
I was very sick.
It wasn't the big C or little C or middle C.
No, we don't.
It wasn't any C.
No. Although they did,
the F.
I called my doctor because I was very sick.
Yes.
And she asked me what my symptoms were. And I didn't know that some of the symptoms I had were COVID symptoms. I didn't know that digestive issues could also be COVID symptoms. So it was, you need to come in and get tested right away.
And you did.
But we can't do it today. That was right away, but not today.
Yeah.
So I drove to a couple of places in town and nobody had any tests available.
No,
so I waited till the next day and went for my appointment that you waited in your car for over an hour past my appointment time.
Oh my.
And they did the test, but by the end of the day, I had my results and I did not have COVID. I had influenza. She came with two little swabs. She came with two swabs. She said, okay, and she did one. And I was like, well, and she went like this. I said, why is there another one? She said, for the other test your doctor ordered. And I said, oh, okay.
Personality test?
Yeah. My personality test, Tim, whatever. Don't give him
fail.
I know. I have to tell you, I got confused. I realized now you're talking about COVID. When he asked if you were the big C, had the big C. I was thinking something entirely.
Yeah, I was too. And that's why I said, don't do that. I don't have cancer.
Middle C.
And that's not the C you were thinking of either.
Oh.
But, now listen, there's younger people watching today.
Hi Eva.
If you're out there, and meow to Jax.
Meow to Jax.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I went a week of sleeping probably 19, 20 hours a day. I just slept a lot, lost 6 pounds. Thank you very much.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I just ate a lot of soup.
Yeah.
Chicken soup.
We missed you on New Year's Eve. You were still recovering at that point.
I was.
So we missed you that night. But we were thinking of you as we managed to stay up till midnight again.
Woo! All you old people.
Victory.
I would open my eye and peek at the TV to see what Anderson Cooper was doing. And
the funny thing is, it's been this way for some time now because we got to Lori Pullins and watch the ball drop there, and we're sitting there just looking at the TV going, who are these people? And now Casey and Johnson, they joined us this year and they were the same way. Like, you know who that is? No, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it's weird watching those shows.
Sad. Yeah.
And honestly, the Anderson Cooper and what's his face?
Andy
Andy, they were just drunk.
Yeah.
I
miss Kathy Griffin.
I was kind of surprised that he still had a job the next day.
Yeah, I know
they were
some
crazy.
Yeah, there was some.
Yeah. Did you have a nice Christmas?
We had a very quiet Christmas.
Yeah.
We had a lovely party here.
Yep.
Our holiday party. And Christmas came and went, and it was the first year. Well, last year we went to Maine. Lori and I went to Maine.
Yeah.
Because we weren't doing any family stuff, but this year we decided to stay home. We got a tree again this year. It was lovely. But it was just her brother.
I saw your tree in the backyard afterwards.
Yeah, right. You missed it. Yeah. We had already taken it down on January 1st.
And I was watching something over in the UK. A farmer started something that became really, really popular. He rents Christmas trees. So they're in a kind of a,
They're live,
a
right?
pot. It's a
Yeah.
live tree. They're in a metal bucket.
Mhm.
They deliver them to your house after Christmas. They come and get it and bring it back to the farm, and you can rent the same tree every year.
That's a brilliant.
And he
idea.
said he's sold out every year. He started a couple of years ago. He's sold out,
Yeah.
and they maintain the tree and they trim it and they keep it clean and happy
Yeah.
for the year. And so you're not throwing trees away. You don't have to find a place
Yeah.
to plant them. And he rents them. I think that's pretty
Over the-
brilliant. And
over the
someone,
years,
someone here needs to do that, John Poulin.
Just saying. Just saying. Over the years, Laura and I have had, I don't know, 36 Christmases or whatever together. 30 and
You're old.
I know, I am. I'm not 65.
Not 65.
But I'm up there. But we have gotten a couple of years, like our first year in the house
Yeah.
in on Worcester Street, we bought a live tree with the ball and planted it afterwards. And that thing lasted until only like a couple of years ago when it finally, a storm took it down.
Yeah.
That big one, if you come in our driveway, that big pine tree that you see
Yeah.
right there, that was in our house too.
That's nice.
That thing is
You had
like
a big house.
30 feet now. That's Normal's tree. That was.
I wanted to share a couple of my Christmas presents with people.
Okay.
Yeah. So, because they're fun. So Lori Phillips gave me this. It's a dish towel and it's lovely. And
It's
it has like, the little
Very pretty.
dandelions that
Yes.
Al looks like when he doesn't get a haircut.
Yeah.
And it says on the towel, a fart is a wish your butt makes. A fart is a
I know,
wish your butt makes. Yeah, it's lovely. I love it because
It
people
really
know
sounds like something that
I
a
love
Eric Idle would have
fart
written.
humor. I really do. And then I just got this and I wanted to share it with everyone.
Oh,
Jonathan and Casey gave me this. It's a calendar called Kilty
you can
Pleasures.
bring right up to the camera. So you
I know that my sister Barbie's very jealous of this right now.
Okay. Here we go.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go like this. Ready?
Oh, yeah.
Guilty pleasure.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and it has, yeah. So that'll go up in the costume sewing shop to
He
give
gave
us.
me a calendar of kitties.
It'll know your judge, and it'll give me inspiration when I have to sew a kilt. But then I also got this present. This is a pretty nice present right here.
Oh yeah.
I got a log. It's a pilot's log.
Not a.
And it
piece
came
of
with
wood.
my first flying lesson. Because I've always wanted to fly.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to get my pilot's license. And so Tim and Lori gave me a pilot's log with my first flying lesson.
Yes.
Yes. Who's going to come up in a plane with me? Nobody raises their hand. See? Come on. Well. Oh
I
man.
will go for your last lesson. Yeah.
No, you can't
Once
go.
you have
You
a-
can't go during the lessons.
No,
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 no, no.
after.
It'd be after I get when I finish.
Yeah, sure. I'll get drunk.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wait till this. You're gonna get drunk and come up in a
You think
plane.
I'm getting on there sober?
What if I have what if I have
heart-
what if I have a heart attack while I'm flying? I
then
need someone
there
to take
I'll
over.
I'll be fine.
See, my sister Barbie just says that I need to re-gift this calendar to her.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
I told you
Barbie.
she would like it.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
What?
I'm getting a small plane license, Casey.
I'll
I
come
don't
to-
even know if there's a refueling point between here and Scotland.
And
So
I'll come to the field to identify you. if you want.
There you go. Well, you're gonna have to fill out the insurance form. with
yeah,
it.
and then the other thing that I got, I found this was a present for myself.
Yeah.
It's a little box like this,
Yeah.
and it's a box of the worst dad jokes.
Oh. I'm gonna
Stop.
pull one.
You
I'm
pull
gonna
one. Go ahead. Pull one.
Pull my.
Pull my joke, Tim. No, that was wrong.
Yeah, this is definitely a dad joke. Why did the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants?
Oh, I know this one, but why, Tim?
You can give me the answer.
In case he got a hole in one.
That's right. What do you call a sleeping dinosaur?
A sleepy source. I don't know.
A dinosaur.
A dinosaur. What's orange and
Yeah.
sounds like a parrot?
I don't know. What's
A
our-
carrot. So we'll have this. We're gonna have this box right on the table all the time,
Oh,
and
may
I'm
we?
just gonna randomly tell jokes.
This
Thank
is-
you, Al, for the laughs.
Oh, there
That's
you go.
great.
There you go. So it was. things considered, it was a very nice holiday, and it's over. We're done with it.
It
Because
is.
we always de-Christmasize the house on New Year's Day.
You know what? I still haven't mine. I don't have a whole lot because I have one cat that's very mischievous. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't have a tree. I have a little porcelain tree, but right now it's behind a bunch of boxes.
Oh,
So I can't even see it.
yeah.
And then I've got some stockings hanging up and I still have Christmas cards hanging about. So probably tomorrow is kind of a snow day, but I have to work from home.
Yep.
Uh,
Well, it's become a tradition for us during the Rose Bowl parade. That's usually when we just like, we're taking everything down.
I'm sleeping during the Rose Bowl
Because
parade.
we
So.
usually decorate around Thanksgiving, right? So
Yeah.
the house has been decorated for a month. Lori's done with it by then.
Yeah.
We're done,
Yeah.
done. So, yeah. So,
I also got an Oculus for Christmas.
yes, you did.
I did.
Thank you, Steve.
And yeah, I tried it for the first time last night. I have a lovely home,
yes,
um,
yeah, geodesic dome.
but I played Angry Birds. It's really
hilarious.
interesting.
It's wonderful.
It's
great.
really interesting. I'm looking forward to playing games with my friends that have the Oculus. It'll be kind of fun, right? Yeah.
There's
we could do that.
We can do the mini golf. There's a thing called Walkabout Mini Golf. That's like 10 different mini golf courses. One's in a space station. What?
Whatever.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Poor Lori is sitting there reading in the living room, and I'm like,
So listen, we have birthdays we have to talk about. So
You wanna do
flip your
that?
page. We're
I
gonna do
will
that
flip my
next.
page.
Birthdays, Al.
dun, 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 dun.
Here he comes. He's a little slow. There it is.
Oh, look at that.
Wow,
That's why-
Yeah.
that's why they put it up.
Okay.
We have a belated birthday present.
We have a belated birthday.
In our
Sabina
audience,
in our
Sabina.
audience.
Happy
Amber's mom.
birthday, Sabina.
Happy birthday.
Yes.
And there's somebody's birthday today,
Maria Mercedes.
which is Maria Prusin, who was in a couple
She
of
was
shows.
in a couple shows here, and
Happy
her birthday's
birthday.
today.
Yep, on the 9th.
Elena Kingsley and Fran Vincent.
Fran
Jen,
Vincent.
He's a big volunteer here. We're like, happy
He
birthday.
volunteers a lot. He's not a big volunteer. He volunteers
No,
a
he's a
lot.
big volunteer.
Yeah.
Very short man.
On the 11th, who do we have?
Peter Bard, who's done some one act.
And on the 12th,
Lynn Wilson, who's also done she's done a show here and a couple of one
and on the 16th,
Nancy Dodge.
Nancy Dodge, Fancy Nancy. And on the 17th,
Dana Willie.
happy birthday to all of
That's
you.
pretty much everybody that we know of. I'm sure we're missing some. We apologize that we missed you. But that's until hopefully 2 weeks from now when we'll be back here to do another podcast.
Yes, we will.
I
Although,
don't know why I always shout.
although I realize that, we have auditions coming up, which we'll talk about in a little bit,
Yes.
but we scheduled our rehearsals on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
We did.
Yeah, we might have to think about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll do a podcast during a rehearsal. You guys go rehearse. We're doing a podcast. I can do it.
You're
I'm
the,
the
Weren't
director.
we just having a
He's the
conversation
director
about
of the
absent
show.
Directors?
Yes. I will not be absent. I'll be in the room. I'll be in the room where it happened.
yeah. Yeah. So, we're talking a little bit about just a year. Hey, our birthday's over there,
I'm
Mr.
working on it.
Mr.
I just realized.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. That's nice.
He's
We're-
out of practice too.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah.
We're-
Good popcorn, Deb. Popcorn's really good.
Deb Crime made popcorn today.
Yeah. So do you want to do a review of the year, how the year went? 2021? Is that what's
It went fast.
It did.
Because really we didn't start until our first show was in August. So
Right.
it was kind of like a half a year for the theater as far as the season goes.
Bless you.
And it took it took us some time to put a season together. And then it was just kind of an odd year for us because we couldn't have an anniversary party.
Mhm.
It was an odd announcement. It was odd. Everything was just odd.
But we still got some stuff done.
We did
We had
podcast.
lots of podcasts.
I was trying to remember. We did the Halloween movie in 2020.
Yes. and
We did the
Christmas
spooky stories in
movie
Halloween in 2020.
20.
We didn't do a whole lot last year.
No, we were getting ready for, we started early with Kill Me Deadly. We started rehearsing early because there was a lot of physical stuff in there
Oh
too.
my God, that was this year.
That was this year.
Last year.
Or
Last year, yeah. We had a mini golf tournament this past year.
We did.
We did. It was a slightly augmented. We didn't have a banquet per se.
And I have to say I kind of liked it.
It was fun.
And
Ice cream.
this year we're looking at kind of keeping it the same way, except we're adding a food truck.
Ah,
he has great hot dogs and great hamburgers, our friend
Yes,
Thomas. So we're looking at maybe having the food truck there. So you would golf, go to the food truck,
Yeah.
and then get your ice cream.
Although everybody liked the ice cream idea. There was a lot of
The ice cream was great. We can still keep the ice
Yeah,
cream. It was
yeah.
fine.
And the raffle
Was outside.
Was outside, and that was very well attended.
And as long as it doesn't rain, that's fine.
I think we had really good weather. Didn't we have good weather
We did.
this year?
It
it
was
was like a first.
Yeah, it was nice weather.
And it was just a nice chance to get everybody back together. And Jane's team won again, right?
Well, this is the first time they've won the golf tournament.
Oh, right.
They always
win
won the costume contest, which
Yes.
we didn't do this past year.
Right, because we were just getting back together.
Right.
So yeah, no, that was fun, and that was kind of like kicking off the summer for a lot of people. It was really nice.
Well, for a lot of us, it was the first time back in a group.
Yeah, and even though it was, it was outdoor and spread out, it still worked out really well.
Yeah, it's true.
It was great, and then we
then
started the show.
Kill Me Deadly went up. That was a really fun show. Pretty large cast.
Very
for
large
us.
cast and a lot of action in it.
Yeah, I'm looking around the audience. Was nobody that was in the show is here? No, you. Oh, yeah, you were in it. I forgot. Yeah, you did great, Tim.
Thanks. Obviously memorable. I died. One of my character died. So I want this next time you do in memoriam. I want my character. I don't even remember who it was now. I don't remember
Who died?
Yeah,
What was his
everybody.
name?
What was his name?
He was the gangster guy.
Yeah.
Not
Louis. Louis, yeah. Yeah, Henry. Yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dan Willie was Henry.
Yeah.
You were Louis.
Yeah.
Louis was a lovable character.
Yes, he was.
Obviously forgettable, but lovable.
I was thinking about this today too. I don't know why this memory came back. My head is wired weirdly, but also I just remembered getting eggs thrown at me in the show
Oh, that's when you were the cop.
when I was a cop. Yeah.
Look out, eggs.
Look out, eggs!
Oh my God, sometimes those eggs slap you or Leland so hard I wince.
Well, then Rob would always
Those are
hide,
some
would
hard
like
eggs.
stick something either down my shirt or in my hat or something.
Yeah, the
like that.
toast.
The toast or something.
the
like that.
waffles.
So yeah.
I like the way the waffles bounced across the stage.
Yeah,
They were so real.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everything, yeah, it was fun.
But it was a very well received show. It
And we
was
were great to have audiences
it was
back.
long.
It was
3 hours
Yeah.
of theater.
Yeah.
Because the
We-
scene changes were
challenging.
in this large space.
Yep. And there were a lot of slaps.
A lot. Yeah. A lot.
A lot
of it was me in the booth just slapping myself.
Yes. But after that,
Listen, that's what happens when me and you spend 21 hours or so into a booth together.
Slap happy.
Yep.
And then we had the world premiere of the
Finally.
Cayuga Canal Girls.
We got some Cayuga girls
Finally,
here
we've got
tonight.
2 of the
Two of them.
Cayuga gals in
Yes.
the audience tonight.
Yes.
That was a really great show.
Finally got to use the bridge.
Finally, that bridge was up for 2 years, over 2 years. That was tremendous.
Pictures from that show came up on my computer today.
It's
of food flying.
it's a testament to the set build that we had to build that bridge.
Yes. That
and
bridge
then-
lasted that well.
And then taking it apart was interesting.
Yes.
But it all
Because
came
we
apart.
also used that for Kill Me Deadly, right?
We did. That was the platform in the center in Kill Me Deadly.
Yeah.
Our audience is having their own fun over there right now.
Yeah, that's not unusual. for
Not
me.
unusual.
It's like the chat room, but live. Or
Yeah.
in person. Anyway.
Anyway.
We always get mad at
Yeah.
audiences that do that. They just start carrying on, you haven't done a show in a while, so you haven't seen audiences just talking, right? During it.
I haven't done a show in a while.
Oh yeah. the
Where were
Christmas
you for
show.
Christmas?
Oh, I forgot. You
What?
were in the Christmas show.
Wait, what? I don't know. I directed him. I didn't realize he was in it. He directed me. How could you forget that I was in that?
I was drunk most of the time in the booth for the Christmas show. So
Tim, you ever
that's
seen the show The Dining Room?
Which is why the cues in that show were so messed up all the time.
they were not messed up. They were.
You blamed it on the actors never doing the same thing in the same time, but then you just said you were drunk in the booth. So that was the problem.
It's
Yeah.
not like I wasn't going farm.
Yeah, but we'll be back again next year with that show. We've already come up with some changes. We're cutting some things and adding some things. We're bringing the Nutcracker into it next year. You can only
Oh,
imagine
Yeah.
what that's going to be like. Yeah.
But it was that show, the Christmas show. The audiences left here every night in really good
We
moods.
only had one audience that was painful.
That was the second to last.
Woo!
Oh my God, it was Cricket City out here. They were just, and it was a
no.
decent size. It was
yeah.
it was a Saturday night.
No, yes,
Yeah,
it was a
'cause we
Saturday
closed on
night.
Sunday, and
Here's
I
to
was,
ya.
I
Yeah.
was, man, I tell you, we got to intermission. I was like, I gotta go down there and give them a pep talk or something because they're gonna be hanging from the rafters with
Tim,
noose
just
and
go out after intermission and say, so the actors all just hung themselves downstairs, go home.
So yeah,
It was painful. It was painful.
we had people that were just looking at the floor. We had people
in the front row.
in the front
I think he
row.
was counting the floorboards.
Yeah,
Oh my
bet.
goodness, it was painful.
It
It
was
was really painful.
but the good news is,
And no matter, I mean, you could get inches to their face and go waka waka waka, and they just didn't even blink. Like,
they were afraid. This
ah.
doesn't happen when I watch television. But fortunately, the next night or next day, the
Closing
Sunday
day.
matinee, the closing day, we had a really large crowd, and they got everything, and it was a very,
Yeah,
very
a lot of,
fun way.
and this year there were a lot of people that had never been to the theater before.
Oh
They came to
yes,
see the Christmas show, and they're excited about the season that's coming up. We did have to say, not all the shows are like this.
yeah.
There are some shows that you don't laugh at like this
Well,
that,
you
that are coming up.
shouldn't, anyway.
Alabama Story is probably not one that's gonna, it's
They're gonna
a
get-
really great
Yep.
script.
Yep.
It's got a little bit of funny in it, but it's also very poignant. So yeah, but it's
But it was a great way to end a truncated season, to be sure, but still a nice way to end 2021.
That's a fancy word, truncated.
So I do my homework before every show. I find a word that I can use and throw it out. I understand popcorn.
It's
what
an
else is
odd
that?
word, truncated.
Truncated?
Yeah.
Michael uses it all the time,
So see, it makes my case.
right? Michael uses
Like, you know what? I honestly, I held back an insult about how it says a lot that you think truncated is a fancy word, but then you went. and
No,
brought
I
me
said,
into
I
this.
didn't, I think I said yeah, it's a big word for him to use. I'm proud of him.
Alright, so.
You were playing
Oh,
Flacco,
and then
that would kick your ass.
included in this year review, it says Ed's amazing jokes.
I did not write this.
Ed's amazing jokes. Speaking
We
of
will-
that, time
oh.
for the dad box. Oh wait, that I can't call it the dad box. That's wrong.
Oh. Who's your daddy box? Who's your daddy box?
We went there.
Yeah.
Do ventriloquists always tell the truth?
No, they lie through their teeth.
Tim, we've had this discussion. You're not supposed to give the punchline.
I'm just guessing. Is that right?
Bad
I got-
sidekick.
Bad sidekick. Try me again. I'll learn better. I learn on the run.
Some of these I think are bad.
Oh, whoa. Then
Which means they're probably good.
In case you didn't hear that, let's do that again. Some of these things I think are bad.
Which means they're probably good.
boom.
Did you hear about the new pirate movie, Cheyenne?
Is it rated R?
Arr!
Say, you don't yell at her. Oh,
Well,
stop
Tim,
with the
you don't
laughter.
yell at your audience.
She'll punch me.
The customer is always right.
Uh-oh.
What award did the Scarecrow win?
I know. What award did the Scarecrow win?
Outstanding in his field.
Ah.
Ah, they like that one.
No.
Zeb Cryan loves that one.
Yeah, there you go. That was the first. Yeah,
Thank you.
that was good. That's good. Anyway,
It was very good. So we just released the call for submissions for our International One Act Festival.
we haven't had one of those in a while, right?
We've not had a One Act Festival since 2019, I think. We had started accepting submissions for 2020, but of course,
It didn't happen.
wah, wah. And
Yeah.
so we released a call, and we would have used submissions that were given in 2020, but some of those playwrights now have changed email addresses or phone numbers, and I can't get a hold of them.
Oh,
So
okay.
we've redone a call. And the other reason that we're doing the re-submission of a call for submissions, whatever, is because this
Truncated.
year's because this year's festival
Yes.
is going to be done in partnership with Phoenix Theatre Company
that's
from
right.
Bolton, England.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, we're excited about that. So they're going to pick 3 of the plays.
Yep.
They're going to perform them and film them.
So they're doing a submission or they
No,
taking submissions,
they're
you-
part of our reading committee.
Oh, okay.
So they have 3 people that are going to be part of the reading committee. They're going to send back their yeses and nos, just like our reading committee will do. Hopefully I'll have people sign up who will actually read them and send them back to me. And then, you know, we pick the 15 or 20.
Right.
They're going to pick 3 of those finalists. They will do them and film them, send us the film.
That's very
And
cool.
it's a straight on film. It's not edited. It's just their performance, just like it would be here.
Okay.
And during our festival, once every evening, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll introduce the Bolton, England folks. They'll come on screen and introduce their piece.
Oh, cool.
And then you'll see it. We'll be filming that entire festival. When it's done filmed, they then get that and they hold a virtual festival there showing us and their piece. And they can
very
either
cool.
perform their piece live as part of that, or they can do it all virtual.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting.
It is.
It's kind of exciting.
This is gonna be great. I hope so. So you could still send your submissions in at this point?
Until June, yes.
Until
Yeah,
June.
so we're
So
accepting
get writing
submissions of
or
one act
whatever.
plays, no longer than 20 minutes,
Are you
no
writing
more
it?
than 6 actors. No, I'm not writing one this year.
Okay.
No, I don't have time,
I
Tim.
know, I know. You're a busy man.
Yeah. No, I gotta get my pilot's license so I can fly to England. No,
Scotland. Scotland.
no. Yeah, I've submitted before because it's the blind submission or I use
Right.
a pen name or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
so that nobody knows that it's mine that's being submitted. But not this year. We've already started getting submissions. We put the call out and it's on our website and
So
it's
they're
on
already
the
coming
Facebook
in.
page, and we're already getting
That's great.
we're already getting them in. Some of them from our usual playwrights who love to see their stuff come up on our stage.
Yeah.
We've done
What's his name? Hersey?
Brett Hersey
Brett
from
Hersey
Virginia.
has
He
done
did
so
Kung
many.
Foolery. He did the one that you were in
Lady Park?
with Deb as
It
the
was all Lady Parts,
unicorn.
was all
Oh,
his stuff.
oh my God. I love
yeah.
that piece. It was such a great piece.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
very clever writer. Very, very funny. Very clever.
Yeah, he wrote Scrambled.
Zacco, the audition.
The stand-in, it's
The
called
stand-in.
Zacco, the
Zacco,
sock
that's
puppet.
what
That's in somebody's locker downstairs now.
Ooh, can't wait to find out.
Yeah. So yeah,
So that's gonna be fun. So that's in the fall.
it's
So you got lots of-
September 15, 16, and 17.
Yeah.
We will be looking for directors, and then the directors have to find their performers. We don't do auditions for that.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity for people that haven't directed before to
I was gonna
try,
say,
or
we've gotten a lot of
you
people
know-
that got their beginning as a director by trying.
well, but it's also nice for even for people that direct all the time. Sometimes it's nice just to do a short piece
Yeah.
that connects to you, or that you connect to.
Yeah.
That it doesn't take a lot of time to rehearse them. We limit the number of rehearsals on the stage
Right.
that you can get so that everybody has time to do it.
And I'm trying to remember that we've had so many one acts between Naugatuck and here. There's been some incredibly good one act plays,
Well, we've done, so this would be our 9th one act festival.
which means well over 100
We've done
plays.
15 every festival.
Yeah.
One festival, we had 18. So you 15 times 9, what is that, Casey? 15 times 9
135.
plus 135 plus 3, 138. So 138 one act plays we've done
Yeah.
in that time. And there was the one year we did our festival in conjunction with other theaters. I thought that was a good idea. If you think trying to arrange a one act festival just in your own theater and wrangle those cats,
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
bring them from other places. It was nice to see the work came out great.
yes,
It was coordinating that work.
Yeah.
And getting rehearsals in and making sure that everybody understood, because we're super organized backstage with props and things like
Right.
that. And it's just getting
It is
everyone
a
kind of
unique
into that.
experience, and I have to tell you, both being involved with and watching, like there's always at least a piece that makes me chuckle and gives me a good laugh, and there's always a piece that's very touching. There's also some that just that they do
Yeah.
inevitably flag our flops with it, but like
sure.
you just get to see such a mixture.
It's
of
a variety.
things,
It's
You
such a
do.
variety.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is great.
You know, I
I'm-
think I will always remember there's some like Big Dog Likes Chocolate.
Yeah.
That was in our first one act festival we ever did. I still don't know what it was about. It was about a factory that was burning, and Dan Willie's character was trying to convince Rob that it was a baby factory, or is it a doll factory, or is it a doll factory that a baby was in, or it was the weirdest, like, and I don't know why it was called Big Dog Likes Chocolate. He was eating popcorn.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have a soft spot in my heart for George and Gracie.
Oh, George and
George and
Gracie. I
was
wrote
a-
that one.
He wrote that one. It's a beautiful, funny little piece, and I got to do it with Donna.
You did.
Rest her
You know, I was
soul.
gonna say, so that, what was that piece? One of the last one acts that really like stuck out so much. Donna was in, it was the elevator.
In
I
the
was
elevator.
I was one of the three
Yeah.
people that
Yeah.
And
got stuck
I
in the
just
elevator with
loved
her.
that little piece.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
such a sweet
Yeah.
piece.
Yeah.
It was-
Really, there's been some really nice
Well,
ones.
that's the beauty of these one acts, because they're short in length. You really have to get your impact and get your story out quick and get the audience understanding what's happening pretty quick.
You know,
So,
and as a playwright, though, the hardest part of a one act is the ending.
yeah,
How do you wrap it up effectively and not make it seem like, wait, what? What?
yeah.
That's it? What just happened? It's like you watch a movie and it ends and you go, what? You know, it's
Now-
the same thing. So that's always a really difficult thing for me when I'm
That's
doing a
what
one
I was
act.
gonna say, because you've
How
written
do
a
you
few
wrap it
and
up?
I've written a few. I tend to start with the punchline, the ending. I know
Right.
how I want to end it. It's how to go backwards and get it to where I want to finish it. That's tough for me.
Yeah. I mean, I wrote a series of one acts called The Dating Game, and it's
Yes.
nine
Oh, God,
different
yes.
blind dates. One guy on 9 different blind dates. They
Yeah.
all ended with the same line. Chicken looks good. And so they all end with that line, you know, because that was the joke that I carried through.
How did Dana Willie get to say that in the flower shop? Because that was
No. It was that was
wasn't-
Dan Willie.
Oh, Dan Willie, yeah.
No, that was the only one. It was that was the last scene in the show because
yes.
it's he goes into it. The guy finally meets someone. He goes into the flower shop to buy her flowers, and the
Dan-
very
Dan-
flamboyant flower
Dan.
salesman that Dan Willie played
Oh my God.
is trying to sell him flowers, and then this guy Peter Dumpling does not know anything about this woman. He doesn't remember the color of her eyes. He doesn't, you know. And so it's like, and so the end of that one is houseplants look good
Yes.
or something like that. You know, it's like, so yeah, that's the hard part. I think everybody that's in our audience has been in a one act on our stage.
Or direct.
Sabina hasn't yet.
Yeah.
We'll get her up here. Yeah,
Wait,
Deb was a
really?
unicorn.
She was a unicorn?
Deb was a
Okay.
unicorn, a very magical unicorn that smiled because the mouth moved on it. It was brilliant.
Okay.
Tim, Tim, you said an interesting thing about writing backwards. I recently read the memoir of Sharon Gless,
Yes.
who was in Cagney and Lacey, and among many other things. And, you know, Cagney and Lacey addressed a whole slew of different things. But in one of their seasons, the showrunner, who ended up becoming her husband, he came into the writer's room and he said, look, you're writing this entire season right now. The very last line of this season is going to be, my name is Chris Cagney and I am an alcoholic. Right from there, and just left the room and he just left them to it. And they had to write an entire season. No, they were building to finish the season on this last line.
That's amazing. I mean, I can understand getting an assignment like that for like a one act
An improv.
or an improv, but write a whole
But an
season.
entire season, and they said because they wanted to address it because it was
Yeah.
one of the first times on television that, without showing someone who was had a drink problem in a comedic manner, they were trying to address it as
Yeah.
this serious thing, you know?
One year we did that marathon writing thing
Oh,
for
yeah.
as part of Give Local. We brought groups of actors and playwrights together, and there were 3 groups.
Yep.
And they split up in the room and they wrote a one act.
Yep.
And rehearsed it once, and then it became part of the one act festival that was happening. And our patrons were able to come in and watch the process and actually be a part of the process. Like,
Yeah.
I don't get that one, or I understand that. And there were a couple of really cute little one acts that came out of
I worked
that.
with Alex Giuson in that.
Yes, you did. Yeah, they
we had a
wrote
fun
it.
one.
It was
It was
not.
good.
It was a sad one.
It was sad.
It was a sad one.
Well, yeah. Who knew?
Yeah, that was a sad one.
Yep.
I was in a group that
The
wrote.
superhero one.
No,
right?
it was about mannequins. The mannequins came to life
Didn't somebody write something
in the
about?
dressing room, and and Leland's pants kept falling down. He was Santa Claus or something.
Oh, that's what
and
it was.
And it wasn't written that his pants would fall down, but they did.
It did.
And so the mannequins would be talking, and then the saleswoman would walk in and they'd freeze and his pants fell. And Lori Poulin was a saleswoman. So she's in there trying to pull his pants up. Like, it was ridiculous. It was not meant to happen, but it did. And it worked. But the audience members that had stopped in and saw the process happening really loved that they saw they were a part of that.
Wasn't that part of Give Local?
It was
Yeah.
part of Give Local
Yeah.
when we were down in Naugatuck. Yeah,
You also performed one with Preston James,
I did. It was called Ripple Effect.
Ripple Effect, which was one of the most beautiful, gut-wrenching.
Yeah, so that piece was a really beautiful piece. It was about a man whose life partner had died.
Yep.
And he was donating his clothes to a charity.
Yeah.
And Preston's character comes in to pick up the clothes.
Yeah.
And Preston's character makes an assumption that he died of AIDS.
Right.
Well, because
That's
you
what
know,
people did.
and so the first time we were performing it twice in the festival, Tori directed us in it, and it was really brilliant.
Yeah.
There was a shirt that was on the back of the couch that was supposed to stay on the back of the couch because at one point my character would pick it up and smell it, and it still smelled like him.
Right. Yeah.
And for whatever reason, on that particular performance, Preston packed up the shirt
You packed the shirt
in the box,
Yeah.
and then
And
the
it's
shirt wasn't
really-
there, and it was the day the playwright was there.
Playwright was there. So
Oh!
what ended up happening is you end up cutting.
We had to cut the reason, or cut the emotional part of the ending
Yeah.
that was happening.
And
The next time we did it, it didn't happen, and we were
he
able to
was there.
fill
He
it through.
came back for a.
Yeah, he was
he
there for
came
the
back,
weekend.
and we were so glad he came back.
Yeah.
At the same time.
And Tori was a brilliant director in that piece.
Yeah.
She really understood the nuance of it,
Yeah.
and kind of was really patient with us to find
Yeah.
that way. There was a kiss in that one, which it was the first,
Yeah.
man kiss on stage at Phoenix Stage Company. And so it was like, we were a little, but she was very, very,
Yeah.
very good as a director. And I keep telling her that she doesn't think she's a good director,
She's
and
an
she
excellent
is.
director.
Tori Rishnovsky.
Yes.
You need to do more.
Absolutely.
She's a brilliant director. She's very, very caring.
I think
when
that
she's-
I think
when she's
that one
directing.
in Naugatuck, the first one in Naugatuck, I got to direct Rob and Tori in one of the Brett Hersey plays, Kung Foolery.
You did Kung
I
Foolery.
did Kung Foolery, which was
And Val Vitala was the mom.
Yes, hysterical.
That's
just
the,
hysterical.
you know,
what the-
that's the one
I'll
where
give
the
you-
fruitcake gave him, the poisonous fruitcake. Rob always poops on stage. I don't know,
Yeah.
what is that?
But
That's
that's also the one where she offers him. He's hiding behind the couch.
Yeah.
and she offers him a
Is the
lifesaver.
Yeah, a lifesaver.
A lifesaver. Oh, what flavor?
Yeah. Wrong. Fly you a ride, Mr. Maper. Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, the One Act Festivals are a lot of fun, and we're really looking forward to bringing them back. And
We
doing it.
do.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of work. It's a lot of logistic work, but boy, the rewards are amazing.
It
So
is, it
how's
really
that work
is.
for audiences?
So you can come on one night. You can buy a ticket for $15 to come to one night.
Yep.
We have a festival pass of $30 to come to all 3 nights.
3 nights.
If you are a full season subscriber, the One Act Festival is included in your season.
Oh, that's good.
So you can come to all 3 nights if you want.
Right.
It's such a great experience to be a part of the One Act
You
Festival.
get to see so many things because, like I said, we cram a lot of one acts into
Yeah.
an evening's performance. So you get to see a wide variety, and you're pretty good about you arrange all these, right? So we have both drama and comedy and stuff like that. You try.
Well,
you try to
there's a
blend them.
lot that goes into it. It's not only drama and comedy. It's also if you have a performer that's performing in more than one act,
Right.
are they available on all 3 nights, or when is availability? So that takes place.
Right.
We look at what furniture is required
Yeah.
because we can't keep all the furniture for 3 nights backstage. So we have to move things downstairs, bring things upstairs. So
Yeah.
we try to arrange the pieces that use similar set requirements
Yeah.
on each night,
I think Deb,
actors availability, all of that stuff.
Deb, you did one of these festivals once, right? It was like Jenga with all the.
It is, but we have a notebook backstage that we draw a diagram.
Yeah.
So they have a diagram of the stage. It has the name of the one act, and it has a drawing of where everything goes.
And if you're a fan of glow tape, and
Yeah.
if you're a fan of spikes, this is the place to be.
Yeah, the
at.
first night it looks like the stage is covered in
What are all
confetti.
these? Yeah,
And then the second night, there's
Nice.
one color missing, so it's a little less. And the third night, it's just one color.
right.
So it's a
Crazy.
really super organized
Yeah.
It,
Well,
it
we've
has
done
to be
enough
super
of them.
organized, but it's
Yeah.
really cool. You get to
It's
see
fun.
how
It's
it's
one of
set
my
up.
favorite things that,
Yeah.
that Phoenix is. I never seen a one act festival until Phoenix came around, and now I like to see that other theaters are doing them.
Yeah.
We also have. Is NEPA doing it again this year or
Who?
Not NEPA? That's something else.
Well, the New England Actors Theater, NEAT,
Yes, NEAT, yeah.
they do one every year as part of the Festival of Arts and Ideas
Is that
down
gonna
in
happen?
down in New Haven. I don't know if they're doing it.
Okay.
It's a pretty big
What about
festival.
the contest for the state this year? Are we doing a state
No.
contest? No.
No. So CCTA, the Connecticut Community Theater Association, kind of with the whole thing that's
Sure.
happened, and the Warner was really hosting a lot of our events, and they can't anymore
Right.
with all of this COVID stuff, and
Yeah.
because they've adjusted their season, most of their shows are happening over in the studio theater, so we
Yep.
can't use that facility anymore.
Yeah.
So it's too difficult. It's too difficult for us to
I'd be
even
glad when that
try.
comes back. again.
Nobody's done enough shows to try and pull something to bring to a festival.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, you know, if
Someday I'd
it
like to
comes
see it
back,
come
it comes back. If it
Come back.
doesn't,
Although I will tell you, and I don't know if anybody else here has been, I think you and I are the only ones here that have participated on stage during one of these festivals where you have to get the show in an hour. It is the most gut-wrenching thing.
Ugh, it's so
You have
hard.
one shot to impress.
The last one we participated in, we brought Fanny Bryce.
Fanny Bryce, yep.
And man, she finished Fanny Bryce, and we were so proud. And we were just like, we've got this thing in the bag.
Yeah.
And then this young girl, her last name was Washington. I don't remember her first name. She got up and did a one-woman show, and
She blew us away.
we watching her, you just knew that was
Like-
it. That was it. And if you're going to get beat, you got to get beat by that. And
Yeah.
she went on to represent Region 1 at the
New England,
Nationals. She
basically.
won the Nationals, which was all 15 regions in Europe.
Yeah.
And then she went on with that piece to win the Atlanta Black Theater Festival.
Yeah.
And then she went on to win another international
It
event.
was that good.
She was brilliant, and she deserved those
It was
wins.
a well-written piece.
It was a
and
beautiful
it
piece,
was-
but her performance, Deb will tell you, you were there. I mean, it was
Yeah.
it was
amazing.
magic.
It
I mean, it was
amazing.
magic.
But
When
this-
she did this thing where she was reliving some violence against her, and she grabbed herself by the collar. She did this thing where she lifted and she went up on her own toes, and it was breathtaking.
Yeah.
It was ballet and theater, and
It
it
was
was
just-
amazing. It was
yeah.
amazing.
We were so happy for her.
If we got to get beat, let's get beat by that,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
holy.
But the stress of doing it, you get one shot and you're done.
Yeah.
You know, and when we did Jellofish, which we truncated, it's the word of the day, into a one act,
Yes.
you had to be done by in 1 hour, and we were very close to that one.
We were
hour.
so close.
And we actually had we'll knock on the back of the stage if we're down to 2 minutes or something, and then just to wrap it up.
Yeah.
But it was because the way it works in this festival, if you run over an hour, they don't stop you.
But you're disqualified.
But once you finish and you're over an hour, your whole performance. is
We didn't win
disqualified.
that one either.
We
Tim
did.
won Best Actor.
I did. That's
But-
the Tony I'll ever get is right there.
He's right there. No,
I don't.
but you know what? I remember that role. You deserved it.
Thank you. I'll tell you, Jellofish is one of the few shows I would do again in a heartbeat.
Oh, not me.
No,
Oh, good God. No.
I know it was emotionally ripping
Oh,
for
it's
you, but
emotional and
it was so good.
it's such a demanding role.
Jonathan was going to be in it, but then he had some stuff. come up,
Work,
but then-
stop and shop.
Yeah.
He's erased that from his life.
Yes,
He's
yes,
retired
yes,
now. And so,
yes,
yeah.
But, The whole poker thing, it was just so much fun.
Yeah.
I would do that again in a heartbeat.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Yeah.
I'll find some old guy to be Billy. He's sitting right there. He's retired,
He's retired now, so.
Yeah. No, great show. Great show.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I was
What,
just
you
trying the
knocking?
same knock you guys used at the festival.
Oh wow, we're getting we're yeah. You know what? He deserves a joke for that.
I think you should pull a joke for that. Yeah, see, blame Michael. So, want to give one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. This is a horrible joke.
This one's
What's
good.
the one instrument anyone can play immediately? An air guitar.
Oh, that's terrible.
It is not. That's horrible. Even I know that's
No,
horrible,
no,
Casey.
yeah. Oh, this is the one you said. What do you call a cow with no legs?
Ground meat. Oh.
Ground beef.
Ground beef. Why did the peanut call the police? Because he was assaulted. Dad, you like that one?
That was a sympathy cue there. That was what it was.
Why did the bicycle need help getting home?
Why?
Because it was too tired.
Oh, see, now I like that one.
Thank you, Al. Al liked it too. He gave me laughs.
Well, it's a bicycle.
Listen,
He doesn't get many nice bicycle jokes.
we need to play a game.
We do.
But
do that
But
now,
you know
or
what?
do
I
do
need
this
to.
other
I
stuff?
need to bring you your game sheet.
Bring my game sheets. I don't.
I
have a
didn't
game
bring them
sheet.
to you.
Where are they?
They're probably in the office. But while I'm doing that,
Wow.
Michael's going to bring the wheel over, and we're going to bring our game person up.
Game person.
Sabina's going to come
Sabina's
up and
gonna
play
be
a
our
game with us
person,
tonight.
'cause we're gonna celebrate her birthday.
Because it's her
so-
birthday week. Come on,
So
Sabina.
come on up, Sabina.
Woo-hoo!
Work your way all the way down.
There you go. I'll go get your game sheet. Dan.
Yeah, because I haven't memorized all the games. I get that out of the way. So we have a seat. You can take Ed's seat because he's just going to stand there and be terrifying. So we have all different games. You see, we have all these things, and I honestly don't know what they are. This day in history is the easy one. That's where we take something and talk about something else. The pie,
That's dessert and math.
dessert and math together.
Dessert and math.
Yeah. Let's see. What's this one? That's jargon gymnastics, right?
That's jargon gymnastics.
Yeah. Pow is the that's
Superheroes.
the superheroes. What's pseudo? What? Oh, that's where somebody's
Only one of the things are real.
yeah, and that's basically it.
Yeah.
Kapow is a different game. So give that thing a really big spin. The best spin ever we've ever had here. That's probably, what's that one? That's closer to that. You wanna-
Incognito.
Incognito. Now, incognito. Thank you, Michael. So incognito is, we're going to give you a name of an actor. And then you have to figure out who it really
But
is.
it's a real name, not a stage name.
It's
right?
a real, this is a real name, the name he was born under, not who he's been. So here's the name. If you were watching David John McDonald on TV, what channel would you be watching? Would it be A, Netflix, Grace and Frankie, Sam Waterston? Would it be B, BBC, Doctor Who, David Tennant? Or would it be C, 3, Amazon Prime, Mrs. Maisel, Tony Shalhoub? You can ask the audience for help if you really.
I'm taking a guess
What's
on the second one.
the second one? Is that David Tennant?
Yay!
That's it. That's you knew
Very
that.
good.
Did you really know
Now
that?
she's gonna pick a number between 1 and 12, yes?
Pick a number between 1 and 12.
7.
7. 7 is her number.
Jeannie Martin. So you've won a tabletop karaoke machine. And Jeannie Martin has won an LED light up toilet paper roll.
Now, if you want to switch, that's okay.
Oh, I think I'll take this.
There you go. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you for
playing.
playing.
Happy birthday.
And happy birthday, Sabina. Thank you for playing. Well, that's like the quickest game we
Here you
ever
go.
had.
Michael's gonna take this home to
Okay.
Jeannie.
There you go.
It's an LED light up toilet paper roll. Listen, I have an LED light up toilet. Like it's this little light that goes in my toilet, and it's motion activated. I have to tell you,
activated.
in the middle of the night, that thing is great. I don't want to turn on the big light. You walk in and my toilet lights up. And then it can be a little disconcerting.
Yeah,
I'll do the truncated version
thank you.
because it changes colors.
Yes, it does.
So you're standing there and it's red and then it's yellow and then it's blue and then it's shocking white and then it's purple and it's like, wait. You start dreaming
The
about
light or something else.
The
I wanna
light.
go
The
see a
light.
doctor.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
that deserves a dad joke.
Oh, golly. He's like, it's his fault.
Why did the man return the camouflage jacket gift he was given?
Why?
Because he just couldn't see himself wearing it.
Yeah.
You know, I used to have a fear of hurdles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got over it. I told you some of them were bad. See, you like my jokes better, didn't you, Jonathan?
I do have to tell you, some of the jokes from your mouth were better than the ones out of your box.
I believe you can see that in New York City for $30.
25 cents in the
I
Philippines.
know.
I've been there.
All right, let's ask the audience for their guess on this day in history, since we can't use it.
Oh, this day in history. Listen up, audience.
We have a choice of three. In 1930, the first diesel engine is successfully transplanted into the car. The engine was built by Vin Diesel. In 1975, Wheel of Fortune debuts, turning Vanna White into a star for basically applauding and turning letters. Or in 1991, Everything Comes Up Roses for the last time. Gypsy closes on Broadway. Ethel Merman refuses to leave the theater, saying, "You'll never take me alive, coppers." What do you think? It's B.
B, Vanna White.
Vanna White. Yep. So that show is 47 years old.
Al called me Vanna White today.
Because you were up there doing the sign.
Actually, what he said was, I was changing the marquee,
Yeah.
and he said, you know, to be honest, I prefer seeing Vanna White do that.
You like to see
He was
White
just
in a
looking at
letter?
me from the wrong angle.
Why? Because she's wearing a
I mean,
dress or
well,
something?
to be honest, so did most of America, and that's why she's making so much money doing it.
True. So listen, we have auditions coming up this weekend.
We go. I'm sorry. Look up popcorn.
So we have auditions for Alibis
Alibis.
by Peter Kennedy. Hey, Tim.
Yes.
I need to steal your little book that you have
Okay,
here.
yeah,
There we go.
Thank you.
Because I want to give a little synopsis of
yeah,
the
please.
show Alibis by Peter Kennedy. Who done it? How done it? When the famous actress Primavera Donna
Yeah.
throws a party and winds up dead, it's up to the guests to figure out who and how and why the hired help is so annoying. Shades of Sherlock Holmes, Agatha Christie, and 10 Little Indians as the storm outside rages and the body count mounts. The guests must contend with, interruptions,
Yes.
shocking revelations, tacky special effects, and the arrival of a mysterious visitor.
Is it a unicorn?
Bum, bum, bum.
That's just the
It's
truncated
still your
version.
cast.
of
Both the action and the dialogue are fast-paced, and the surprising conclusion leaves only one question. Who gets the movie rights? The cast includes a stuffy butler, a social butterfly, a playboy, a dotty chemist, an aristocrat of dubious origin, a nun who has taken the vow of silence, a part-time detective, a very French maid,
Oui.
and the mysterious stranger. A rapid-fire romp through the conventional drawing room mystery.
It's a lot of fun. It's a very fun little
It's a
script.
fun show. Tim is directing. The auditions are Sunday,
Sunday at
3 to 5.
3 to 5. Thank you.
3 to 5 on Sunday, and then Monday,
Monday,
7 to
7 to
9
9.
in the evening.
Yep.
The performance dates are March 5th through the 19th. You have to be available for all of those dates in order to be cast, and you must be fully vaccinated in order to audition.
Yep. And
Yeah.
some of the names of the characters are hilarious.
So the names of the characters, Justin, that's hilarious. He's the butler.
He's a butler.
Sandy Lynx, he's the Playboy golfer. Sir Tanley, a fraud. Mr. E.S. solved.
That's Mr.
Hope Leslie Trite. Dr. Jacqueline Hyde. Sister Belladonna. Monique, the
The
maid,
maid. Yeah.
and the stranger.
There's a stranger.
Yeah, so it's a really fun little
It's a
script,
fun little fun.
and we're excited to open up the season with it.
Yep.
So you
Auditions
can
are
come
Sunday
out
and Monday.
Sunday and Monday.
It'd be
Please
great
do
to
come
come
out and hang out with
Yes.
us and
Yes.
give it a try.
Yes.
So we had another thing that we had going on this month was a cabaret entitled "Feeling Myself." I always feel a little dirty when I say that, but it's feeling myself. It's feeling
I
myself.
always go to the.
So I saw it in New York, feeling myself.
Just the
You know.
extended version.
Just different
Yes.
It's just different when you say it.
The New York was the truncated version.
Yeah.
And so, I had a meeting last night, right, Cheyenne?
Yeah.
Last night, Cheyenne and I met, and it was decided that we would push the cabaret off to February. There's a whole lot of reasons for it. It's like there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So Cheyenne actually will be here 2 weekends in February because we have Feeling Myself on the 11th and 12th of February. And then the following weekend, which I think is the 18th and 19th, she has a whole nother cabaret that she's bringing in with some other performers that she's going to be bringing on stage with her.
Awesome.
She asked me to do it with her too. That's exciting, right? I'm excited. I'm excited. I went home and listened to that song last night.
Oh,
I'm excited. It's a song from Spamalot. And
okay. I know what you
yeah,
do.
and so
That's a great idea.
tickets for that are
That's
$20 and it's general admission. We do have some reserved seats for our subscribers. If they ask, we'll put their names on the seats. We'll reserve their seats for them. But we have some fun ideas for what we're going to do up here. We're going to keep Al busy with some lights and stuff. It's
Surprise.
it's going to be great. So watch out for that. And then the last weekend in February,
Yep.
the 25th and 26th, we have Stiletto, which is the Billy Joel cover band.
Yes.
Sean Lewis's
Lewis.
band is coming in. So
Yeah, I talked to Sean over the Christmas holiday. And I'm looking forward to.
I have we're going to tie you to your seat
Yeah.
because he'll end up
I
on
know
stage dancing and
every
singing with him.
single Billy Joel song.
Heart attack, yeah. So,
Yeah.
so I actually have a meeting with him on the phone at 4:00 tomorrow to
Yeah, nice.
iron out some
Nice,
details
nice,
with
nice,
that.
nice.
So it's going to be a busy little February for us.
That's it.
We're looking forward
That's
to it.
good. And then we have the show coming up in March.
March 5th. And then somewhere in there will be auditions for the Revolutionists that has to
I was gonna say,
happen.
what's next
All
after
of that stuff. Revolutionists. I'm still in
Revolutionists.
discussion with some directors for that show.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And then Alabama Story.
Correct.
Coming up in June.
yeah. It's I would say the largest, we have two big shows,
Yes.
large casts, and
back
that
to
would
back.
be Romeo and Juliet. And then we have Head Over Heels, which is the music of the Go-Go's. Amber doesn't like it so much. I'm excited about it. I've been working on the costume designs and I'm really excited about it.
Well, yeah.
I'll just say 2 words, leg warmers.
Oh. So let's not confuse that show.
Vacation happening. Oh, yeah.
And
It's going
let's
to be
not
great.
confuse that show with Alibis because that's in the 1940s. But you said you were looking forward to costume.
Yeah, we have a show in the 1940s. Then we have a show in 1759.
Yeah.
And then we have a show in the 1959. And then we have Romeo and Juliet,
Which
1600s, whenever I don't know what it
or
is.
Whatever they decide,
Somewhere in there, yeah.
whatever they decide.
And then we have the 80s
Yeah.
set in medieval times.
Oh
So
my goodness.
the 80s set in 1680 or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then we have Varney the Vampire. And that happens in the 1920s, 1930s.
Oh, you're just all over the place.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
That's
I'm really excited about the
The only
season.
thing missing is a show for the 70s.
We haven't, maybe we can do the Christmas show dressed in the 70s.
Leisure suits. Leisure suits. think you should
Leisure
do-
suits. I'm all about
I
it.
think you should do Romeo and Juliet in the 70s.
No. Listen, I have to say this. Shakespeare is scary for me.
Yes. it is.
Right?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to try it, but you did it as part of Voices for Phoenix, and you were very good in that monologue.
It scared the
But
bejesus
if we're
out
going to
of
do
me.
Shakespeare, I want to do Shakespeare. I don't want to set it in another
Yeah.
time frame.
Right.
I've seen people do it. It's Romeo and Juliet is probably one of the most change shows, office
Yeah.
trailer parks and offices and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I want to see it.
As a
The only
Yeah.
time I enjoy Shakespeare is when it's non-traditional and set somewhere else.
Well, if you want to see Romeo and Juliet non-traditional, go see West Side Story.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
Truncated.
truncated.
You know, I kind of like this idea of there's going to be a magic word, and every time we say the word,
A duck
Michael's
comes
going to go
flying
wah wah
down.
wah, and
Martha,
you all have to eat something or drink something. And
Martha had said, she went, is this like Pee Wee Herman's word of the day? Are we all supposed to
No,
start screaming?
it's like
and in
they're-
my mind, I kept hearing, the word of the day is drunken.
okay, all right, so here we go. That was a great voice, Michael. So from now on, we're going to have a word at the start of the podcast. Michael's going to do that, and we're going to keep track of how many times we can appropriately and correctly use the word.
Instead of not Karl Marx. What's it?
Karl Marx.
What?
Groucho Marx. What was the show? You Bet Your Life. He's the one that
Oh, I was
originally
going to
came up
say
with it.
Richard Marx is a musician.
No, not him. One of the Marx brothers.
I thought he didn't talk.
That's Harpo. Groucho had this game show called You Bet Your Life, and there was a word of the day, and if you said the word, the magic duck would come flying in off a fishing line or something.
That's a job for Al. Al, I have a duck. We're gonna have a flying duck. That's a job
win
for
a
Al.
prize.
We're gonna have,
You win a
and I
prize.
can. Michael was on me for a new screen. I'll come up with a screen with a duck that flies across it. That'll be magic.
And then add the word. We'll have to put the word on.
Yeah,
on
that's
screen.
the.
There you
Things
go.
I didn't expect from this podcast was things being yelled like, Al, I have a duck.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to before we go into the things here, we got some weather coming
What
in.
things? There's things?
There's things. We're closing up things.
You didn't see those slides I gave you last minute?
Yeah.
I'll make it up.
So we got some weather coming in
Because
right?
we're in New England.
We're in New England. Tomorrow's supposed to be starting tonight. There's supposed to be snow, right?
Yeah, because it's winter.
And it got me thinking, what were snow days like for you? When you got the word that you didn't have to go to school, what was that like for you?
When I was a kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see the way it worked. I lived in Naugatuck as a young child, right?
Right, yeah.
So we would get up, and we always knew that there was something up when we got up, and we could smell oatmeal because my mother would be making oatmeal on snow days. We had oatmeal, right? But we would go into the kitchen, and there's this radio. I have it in my house now. We always called it the Snowy Day radio. It lived on top of the refrigerator.
Was it?
And my mother would
WTIC?
take it down and put it on the middle of the kitchen table.
Yeah.
And had these little doors, and you would open it. There was a snowy scene.
Oh.
You would turn it on, it would go click. It
Yeah.
still does that when I turn it on.
Oh, really? Okay.
And we would turn that on and listen to see if there was school, which really made no sense because before they even got around to it, Naugatuck would blow the fire whistle. And that would mean no school.
I never knew
So
that.
why are we? Well, we would sit there and eat our oatmeal with raisins in it and wait for them to say there was no school.
Now, why did your mom make the oatmeal because it was snowing?
Yeah, if it was a substantial snow,
Yeah.
you could tell when there was going to be no school.
Now we listened to.
I mean, because now they cancel snow if it's like woo, flurries,
Yeah.
no school.
There's
It had to be like,
There's questions I have,
And
like,
this
did your
one.
mother ever make oatmeal and then they didn't call off school? and
Yeah,
she
did you ever
just
make
stuck
oatmeal
with
in the
a ton of
summertime or
oatmeal?
something like that?
no. We only had oatmeal in the winter.
Yeah, me too.
We only had hot breakfast in the winter. We didn't have that in the.
No,
in the
my
summer.
mother would never make the oatmeal. We'd have the instant oatmeal because
Yeah.
we got to that.
And
point.
I still have the Snowy Day radio. It's in my house.
Yeah,
And
we
it had
would
these little
listen to-
drawers in it. And my mom, when she did dishes, she would take her wedding rings off and put them in the little drawers.
Oh yeah.
You know,
okay.
and so that radio has some
Some
sentimental value to
we
it.
would listen to WTIC
Yeah.
in Hartford.
Yeah.
Because it covered the whole state.
Yeah.
And they would be the first one to tell us at our school. And it always seemed like I was in Region 15,
Yeah.
which is Middlebury, Southbury. We were the last one, always the last one. That everybody you listen, every district, every town be closed. And no, Region 15 still has snow. Still
Well,
has school.
you know, for high school, my family moved to Vermont.
right.
After I finished 8th grade, we moved
That's
to
what
Vermont.
I was wondering.
They didn't
about.
cancel. Our first Thanksgiving week up there, we woke up, there was 3 feet of snow on the ground. And we're like, woohoo! And here comes the school bus. Are you kidding me? It's like there's
Yeah.
3 feet of snow. It's Vermont.
It's Vermont.
Get
That's what
dressed.
they do.
You know, like,
Yeah.
ha! You know, we would lay our clothes on the wood stove to get them hot,
Oh,
get them
yeah.
warm
Yeah, yeah.
before we put them on.
Oh, I used to do that with outer
First
coats.
winter, we didn't know better and we put them zipper down.
Oops.
So, oh yeah. So we learned
Whoops.
always put Heine down on the wood stove, because we would have to go outside for the school bus and it was really, really, your boogers would freeze, that thing in there because it was so cold.
Yeah,
They
chill.
never canceled school.
Yeah.
I was on a bus route with a pretty bad bus driver and she went off the road a lot.
Oh.
And so we would end up, we'd be going down the hill and she'd go clunk, and then she'd go, get out the back. And we'd all jump out the back and she'd say, go home. And we would we would slide on our books down the,
Oh my
and
God.
if there was somebody that could drive us to school, we'd end up at school. Otherwise we didn't. She would just say, no, go get out the bus, out the back.
No, that just leads to a whole slew of questions there. But did you ever get out of a test because it was a snow day? Has anybody ever done that? Like you had
Oh no, they always just rescheduled it.
That test.
Yeah, you had like a test coming up and you were like praying for snow and then, yeah.
No.
Listen,
Listen.
it was always just me turning on like News Channel 8 or News Channel 3. And like clockwork, I lived in Watertown. I'd always come in on the A's. I would sit through the whole thing. And let me tell you, no matter what time I turned that damn TV on,
It was always
Watertown never canceled school until like 45 minutes later.
Yeah.
So you'd watch it, you'd come back, it was still no school. You'd watch it, you'd come back, and then finally it would appear. Until my junior and senior year of high school, I signed up. I finally had a cell phone in those years, and my phone buzzed. It'd be like, "Beep, beep, no school." And I'd be like, great.
Yeah,
Turn off my alarm.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But
No, they didn't cancel school.
but
They
snow
didn't-
days were the wonderful thing when we were kids, though.
And
because
but
we loved
honestly,
it.
I was such a bad student in high school. I was a horrible student.
Oh,
I didn't know when there was going to be a test. I didn't study. I would just, there's a test today. Wah, wah. I was a bad student. If it wasn't art class or music,
Yeah, me too.
I didn't care. And yet I finished all of my requirements in my junior year. I could have graduated early, but I didn't want to. I was like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to graduate without my class, which was stupid because they all hated me anyway.
Yeah, me
And
too.
so it was like, whatever, but I stayed. And so my senior year was mostly, it was like art class and photography.
If there was-
And I'm glad I did. It was a nice year. For me.
I was what your atypical average student.
No,
I was not good, not bad, right down the middle.
and it wasn't because I wasn't smart. It was because I just didn't care.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Is this
happy in
Vermont you're
school.
talking about, or-
Yeah. I wasn't happy in school and I just didn't care
Yeah.
because I would, I graduated high school and then my parents said, if you want to go to college, you're going to pay for it. So you either have to get better grades or you're going to join the military. I joined the military and every test I took, every aptitude test I took, I did great with it.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the school I went to. So I didn't care. I just didn't care.
So were you in Vermont in 1978?
Yes.
Okay, so you did you get the blizzard of 78?
I was here so I moved,
I don't want to sound like
the
crap,
blizzard of 78 was
65.
in the beginning of 78.
It was.
We
it was
moved,
January.
I finished 8th grade in 78. So
Okay,
June,
so you got
we moved in June up to Vermont because my dad wanted to be Davy Crockett. So we moved up there and started using wood stoves and hunting for deer and
when
and
having
having a garden.
I was working for WWCO
Yeah.
in Waterbury,
Yeah.
which is on Straits Turnpike in Middlebury. And that was when El Grasso closed the entire state down for 78. I actually called the Middlebury police to say, I need to get to work. I need to go to the radio station. Please don't arrest me if you see me on the road because you were not supposed to be on the road.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing situation.
Yeah.
What we did, instead of a closure list, we did an open list of what was open. And it was just what stores were open because of this blizzard was so,
Yeah.
it just.
Well,
affected the store.
there was you young people won't remember this. You youngins out there.
Yeah, you're not.
Hurricane Bell, 76, 75, 76,
Oh, I don't
Hurricane
remember-
Bell
I don't remember
came through
hurricanes.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
As a young kid, it was exciting. My parents were all like, get away from the windows, and we were like, ooh, this is cool. Like watching stuff blow down the street and stuff. Like it was cool. Trees are falling down,
Ooh.
get away from the window.
I will admit one of the biggest mistakes I ever made in my professional life was when I was working in radio. Do you remember when the Hartford Civic Center collapsed? Jonathan and Amber remembers that. Yeah, and Albert remembers that it was snow. So much snow had gathered on the roof of the harvest, the roof just collapsed. Well, I was working at WWCO doing the overnight shift. And back then we were supposed to do instant news, a telephone number you could call to get the instant news, what the news was of the day. And we had a ticker tape machine that was just so damn noisy, I couldn't record the thing. Yeah, so I turned it off. And I recorded the thing, forgot to turn it back on. Civic Center collapses.
And you didn't even know about it.
Our news director shows up at 4:00 in the morning. He runs to the newsroom. He's like, "What happened? Where's the news?" I turned it off. I almost got fired right on the spot for that. I was like,
So
"What?
did you,
Something happened?"
the WWDCO, did you say you're listening to Wawako?
No, it was Super Music CO. There's even music in our name.
Wawako, that's the truncated version. You're supposed to do the thing. All right, so listen, we need to thank our sponsors,
Oh, we have
please.
sponsors. We do.
We do, just to give him something to do.
Yeah,
He's getting
okay.
I mean,
bored up there.
honestly, the audience was getting ready. I told them if I got one more person to tell me, I was gonna start knocking again.
Okay, here we go. So we'd like to thank our sponsors. Black Hog Brewing Company, Oxford, Connecticut. Yeah, we also need to thank our other sponsor.
Hold on. This list.
There, Deb Bryant, Sierra Ridge Media Arts. Thank you, Deb, for everything that you do for Phoenix Stage Company.
Yeah.
Don't forget to follow and like our channel. Do it.
Are you telling them or are you telling him?
Anybody who's watching.
There it is.
And
I can't really see it.
that's terrible. If you'd like to donate to Phoenix Stage Company anytime, you can do so by visiting https dot, what is that? / phoenix-stage-company.square.site. We appreciate your support.
The site is
The
truncated.
site is, it's truncated up there. Yeah. Yeah.
It was on purpose.
So, pay attention. We might just show up next week. Who knows?
Next week.
Who knows?
2 weeks.
No, not next week. I'm moving the store. So yeah, I can't do that.
So,
So thank you again for watching.
Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for coming to see the show. Say goodnight, Tim.
Good night, Tim.
All right.
Are we
Till
done?
next time. We'll
Bye.
see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Be safe, whatever. Thanks, yeah. More jokes.
You want another joke? One more joke.
Hurry up.
What happened to the butcher who backed into the meat grinder?
Oh, what?
He got a little behind in his work.
Oh, see.